One of the most affordable home security cameras ever. Full HD video, two-way audio and cloud storage plus a microSD card support into this small and well-built body that costs only $20. For real? Let's inspect! Just look at it! It costs only $20, has the option for cloud storage, and you have uninterrupted footage no matter where you are with two-way audio communication for $20. Sounds like a joke, you know, in times where, well, on the channel I very often review devices which are a bit more expensive, like $40, $50, $100, sometimes $1,000, so paying around $20 for something that simple, kind of refreshing. In a matter of fact, Weenies, which is the company that has manufactured this home 1080p Wi-Fi security camera, they asked me to review the gadget, but since it's not really in the scope of my focus areas, I initially said no. Then they really insisted, told me that I'm going to be surprised about the quality, and when I saw the price, I thought, okay, for $20 we must give it a go because that's totally a great deal. So in this episode, real-life performance, bunch of tests and everything important about this 1080p security camera. Important to know that for some reason the most basic Weenies camera costs close to $60 if you buy it from Amazon, but on their official website it costs only $19.99. Been like that for a month now, so I hope to see the price staying at this level. Let's unbox, and from the financial focus to move on to the technical side. The package is basic, nothing unexpected, and although quite basic, it feels okay. Not too many corners cut so far. Here's the camera itself. You're going to notice that there are two components. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you the easiest to install and use stand ever. This is the plastic basis, which through this magnetic part sticks to the camera unit, which has this nice round form factor. At least concerning the hardware bits, installation is going to be extremely easy. Also, a nice long cable ending with a micro USB port. You're given a cable with L-shaped connector. If needed, there's an option to stick the stand onto something or to attach it to a wall, or just take advantage of the magnetic base of the camera itself. Before taking a look at the setup and the functions, some technical data. Image sensor inside is a Galaxy Core 4653, a Sigma Star chipset, 135-degree viewing angle, infrared night vision, H.264 and H.265 compression options, motion detection, up to 128 gig microSD card support, and pretty wide temperature operating range from -20 to +45. It has inbuilt Wi-Fi and supports both Alexa and Google Home in terms of smart assistance integration. To read between the lines, you know, the setup inside is pretty good, you know, starting from the build quality and this genius magnetic mount. You know, so simple yet so powerful and good. No, it's never gonna fall down. The image sensor inside is actually a 4-megapixel image sensor. For 1080p, you do need just a 2-megapixel image sensor. Therefore, we do have this buffer of resources. Well, I guess Weenies have decided to keep the resolution down to 1080p. In order to reduce the bandwidth required and in order to let you preserve more video files onto the microSD that you can place right here on the side. I guess if you're a bit more creative and if you can hide this camera from rain, probably this could act as an outdoor camera because of the very wide temperature tolerance, but do it at your own risk, or probably don't do it if you want to keep this safe. Concerning the setup, very simple. All that you need is a smartphone and an app which is called AI Dot. So let me show you how this works. It's a smartphone app that is going to work well with many kinds of smart devices, lights, doorbells, security cams and so on. So get the app, start the camera, make sure the location services on your smartphone are on, initiate the process. Honestly, at the start I was not happy at all that I need to register in order to use it, but whatever. Next thing is to add the camera. I've gone through the procedure with scanning the QR code. Then just fill in the details, add your home wireless network details, wait, and yeah, it's done. Let's see how things actually work. First of all, the camera has pretty good response, and the delay added by the app is rather insignificant. I'd say it's even okay to have conversation with whoever is on the other side, in that sense, being advertised as a baby monitor, it can work pretty well. However, you may always have the concerns what kind of servers the data goes through and how this data is being processed and protected, if at all. In daytime, the footage looks great for a cheap security camera. Because of the very wide angle, there's a bit of distortion, but details are there, so I'm pretty happy. Night footage with infrared looks creepy, as it usually does for infrared-based units, but at least you know what you can see in the dark. The IR modules are for around the CMOS sensor, not too disturbing. You can of course entirely disable them. Speaking of being discreet, this here is the LED on the front, and it's also something that you can turn on or off. As for adjustments, if you don't like the angle, that's a manual procedure. Adjustment is super easy though. And what I found had to believe, the volume levels of the speaker. It's a wow, just listen to it.
This is an audio test, and this is the quality of the speaker, which is located at the rear side of the camera. You can adjust the volume through the smartphone app.
If you wonder whether we can integrate this body with Alexa or Google Home, yes, of course, you can do that. I'll probably show you how to do it with Alexa, but I need to underline that, well, that's a camera, and if you speak with your smart assistant, there's not too much that you can do, well, besides stopping and starting recording and so on. Probably it could come handy in case you're leaving the building for a long time and you don't want the recordings to be happening. But of course, when it comes to reviewing the files, the best thing to do is just go straight to the smartphone app and take a look there. But back to Alexa, you need the skill, the AI.skill. So just install and open it and follow the instructions. Some words about the smartphone app. It has indeed great interface, one of these apps that are used by multiple vendors, but it's solid. There are a bunch of configuration items, motion settings, standby settings, speaker adjustment, SD card configuration, and so on. When doing the setup, I also got a proposal for free cloud storage until the middle of next year. You're gonna have to check how much it costs after that, and honestly, given the fact that the microSD card capacity is enough for a number of days worth of recordings, you can probably spare some money. Now, before summing up, I usually keep a record with things that are not that impressive and areas of improvement. Apparently this here is not motorized. Hopefully weenies are going to think of a more advanced model in the future supporting that feature. Not a Type-C cable, although I don't think anyone would be really bothered since you're going to prefer to use this long original cable anyways. Oh, and the microphone button needs 1 or 2 seconds to trigger, which is not too convenient, but after a few attempts, you're going to get used to it. And even with these really minor drawbacks, the Weenies 1080p home security camera at this ridiculous $19.99 price tag is a no-brainer. Really appreciate the fact that Weenies don't trick you and force you to use cloud storage only. So, would you trust this little yet super powerful, amazingly affordable home security camera? Now for $20, 1080p recordings that can be preserved here on a microSD card or on the cloud, and you have a fantastic smartphone application, everything works flawlessly, infrared night vision. I mean, what else would we want from a $20 device? Yes, it comes with a few minor drawbacks, but honestly, do you have a better suggestion for a home Wi-Fi security camera, maybe? If you do, or if you have any questions following up this review, you can comment in the section down below the video. Considering the cloud solution, the cloud storage, I think on mine it was saying that it's going to be for like 6 months, meaning probably until the middle of 2022. Honestly, I have a trust issue with most cloud services, therefore I'm not going to use it as well. I'm mostly going to rely on whatever is stored here on the microSD slot. And yeah, that's been everything about this episode. And of course, before going and buying this camera, ask yourself the question, do you really need it? Because I want to help you to spend your money wisely. And of course, if you don't need something, it doesn't make good sense to stay somewhere in a locker or something. And that's everything about today's episode, hopefully useful. And as usual, links to everything are placed in the video description. I'm Michael. Thank you very much for being with me today. Would love to see you in the next episode, so subscribe. I haven't said it. See you soon. Bye.